Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Oh, look, about 10 seconds early. Let's go and bring us in.
Let's do it.
Ryan, took about 3 years to get you here, man.
Yeah, you were faking on me, dude. Multiple times. Surpassing me for this congressman, this other person over here.
Hey,
It is what it is, though.
hey, apologies. Hold a second. I got some back feed on there. And that's because I had YouTube open. Yeah, hey, hold a second now. I told you years ago when we did a podcast with Johnny. I said, Ryan, open invite.
Oh yeah.
So but it's like I don't see you, every week or
Yeah.
at least multiple times a month. So
That's probably what it is. We're always talking. We're always having a conversation.
Yeah.
Just not in front of the camera.
yeah, exactly. Pulling up floors at the fairgrounds
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
Rick and Jet doing training with you. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, we ran this podcast multiple times. This is only the first time that we're actually doing it in front of a live studio audience.
Oh yeah. You're right. I'm happy to be here. Hello.
Yo, what's going on with you, man? How you feeling tonight?
Good, man. Just happy to be here. Happy to have some free time and come in and talk to my boy, man. I've been a fan of the show for a long time, and you're always in here, you're doing your thing, and I'm always a little envious sitting back there, watching you have some conversations with people. Hey, Johnny,
AJ.
AJ,
Yeah.
everybody but me.
Keontae.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody but me.
Yeah, you gave me help for that too. Yeah, he did. He did give me help for that. Not getting on here, but we finally corrected that. Corrected that wrong.
Oh yeah, finally in here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready.
So we got a lot of things to discuss, but first and foremost, for the people that don't know who Ryan Russell is, I'm allow you to take the floor. I'm allow you to introduce yourself. You list your resume, accomplishments, and then we'll go from there.
Cool.
The mic is yours, my guy.
Oh yeah. So, hello, Ryan Russell. From actually born and raised in Southern Maryland. I grew up around here. Went to Westlake High School. Played for Westlake. Went overseas. Played a bunch of different places. Little stints at DC United. Got really into the futsal scene. Played for the U.S. futsal national team. But yeah, bounced around. And I was strictly a player until I was about 30 years old, and then really started to get into the coaching scene and the training scene, and that's where I'm at now. Still, I've lived a couple different places, but found my way back to Southern Maryland because this has always been my home, and these are my people out here. So I'm glad to be back. But I'm a co-founder of In10sity Futsal. And as of 2 years ago, I was working for Charles County government, quit that job, and started Prodigy Performance, where I am now, and just, personal training. We have our own facility down at Charles County Fairgrounds and a little indoor turf facility. And yeah, it's been going great. And, I've loved the game so long, and, and now it's my full-time job, and I'm never looking back. So yeah, super excited. And my kids I have 3 kids, beautiful wife. So yeah, and got a 9-year-old. I got a soon to be 5-year-old.
Yeah, because our daughters are about the same age. Yeah.
This week she has her birthday end of this week, and then a crazy 3-year-old boy. So yeah, he's nuts. But yeah, they're all super into soccer too. Like
just like
my
daddy,
daughter,
just like mama.
Yeah, just like me, just like her, just like their mom. We love the game, and so yeah, that's just a little bit about me, and yeah, that's where we're at now.
Also, you're famous for starting the Southern Maryland to Northern Virginia pipeline.
Yes. My parents were some of the craziest ones out there, and living in Southern Maryland, I grew up, all my soccer. I started with La Plata Blackhawks, and then there really wasn't a team anywhere near the vicinity of Southern Maryland. The closest thing is Northern Virginia, really. So, I went and I started playing for a team out of Gunston, called Gunston Team America. And then I truthfully transitioned to Gunston Dragons. But yeah, my whole career growing up, I was a Southern Maryland kid playing soccer in Northern Virginia. And that's what my daughter's doing now. That's what your kids are doing now.
It's like 30 kids out here doing the same thing.
I would say there's probably about 30 to 35 kids Probably might be more than that because I can think of almost about 20 kids from Southern Maryland that play for SYC right now. But I know there's
Yeah.
Alexandria kids. I know there's, there's Arlington kids, and Lee Mount Vernon has about
They do. They
six
got
FC Charles kids that have I think their team disbanded and then they moved over to Lee Mount Vernon. So there's
Yeah.
it's kind of catching on. It's a trend. People are unaware how short that trip really is. It's really not bad, and I think it takes my family 35 minutes to get to practice. So it's really not crazy, especially when some of these other local Maryland clubs are about the same distance.
Yeah, because my oldest played at St. Mary's last year and transferred from here. That was about an hour door to field.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this then. So let's stay on here for a second. So you Southern Maryland growing up through and through. Obviously, you still roots in the community. How do you feel with so many kids going from Southern Maryland to North Virginia? Even there's some kids we know that like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
Good, very very good players that are playing over there. What's your overall thoughts on that? And we'll just kind of work from there. Also, comments. Everybody watch, appreciate y'all. Share, like, that's all we ask for here. If you got comments, we'll read it live too.
Yeah, I think, I have strong opinions toward it simply because, like, that was my life. I'm used to being on the road. There is no pipeline in Southern Maryland at the moment. A lot of kids are, looking for an avenue, whether it be ECNL, GA, MLS Next, MLS Next 2, any of that doesn't exist in Southern Maryland. So you're going to have to travel somewhere to kind of, if you want to play at a higher level, that's where you have to go. It's unfortunate. And, I could talk about the soccer scene and how, crazy it's, how different it is than it used to be. I could go on about that, but I think that's a big reason why a lot of these families in this area are making that move. Is just simply because there's no pathway. And, I'd love for there to someday be this pathway down here because there's a lot of talent in Southern Maryland. And, and a lot of them choose to head up the road. And whether, they're going this way, that way, whether it be in Maryland, they go to Maryland United that's up the road, or Bethesda, or any of those clubs in Maryland and, all those Northern Virginia teams that we already mentioned. It's sad to see them go, but it's totally understandable. And I know that, and it's frustrating because I know that the clubs down here, they know that that's the reason. And they're trying to figure a way to get those things and make those happen, but they're kind of handcuffed in a way that, whether it be we just don't have, a club doesn't have enough age groups or they're not competitive enough, or whether it be, and it's like, they could be competitive if those kids didn't leave, but those kids leave because they don't have this. And it's like, how are you really going to fix it? Like, there's a couple ideas, but nothing has been done to really resolve that issue at the moment.
Yeah, and for disclosure, how old are you right now?
39.
You sure?
Yes, 39.
When did you first go to start playing down in VA?
I think I want to say I was 10 years old.
10, okay.
10, yeah. Because like I said, I was playing here for the La Plata Blackhawks, but I was playing up a year for the La Plata Blackhawks here because they didn't have a younger age group, so I had to play up. And then, my mom's like, those kids it gets to an age where, kids start hitting puberty and people start getting huge. And I was, I'm still tiny as it is. And, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, let's get you to your own age group and let's see how you go. But there was nothing here.
Right.
So I had to make that trip up the road and stuff like that.
So 39, 10, 30 years. I ain't trying to make you feel old or whatnot.
No,
I'm right there with you, though.
I'm mad old. So
yeah.
no,
okay. All right.
I
Fair
know
enough.
what's going on. I don't feel bad about it.
Hey, shot one time for
yeah.
one time for him. So we're talking about a 30 years of unable to essentially grow 10 minutes from where we both live at.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
That's kind of a problem. Even, like, full disclosure, both my boys They play SYC. I coached Jet for about 4 or 5 years. Rick for a little bit. He went then his rush team folded. Southern Maryland Rush went to St. Mary's 1 year. Then now he's in SYC. It's tough because I would love to just walk outside 5 minutes and then there's everything there. But you're talking about a 30-year problem with infrastructure. I don't want to get you in trouble here.
No, you're fine.
But
you're fine.
But what do you think there's been a leadership problem as far as that goes?
So
because 30 years is a long time.
It is a long time, and I wouldn't, like I said, I don't necessarily blame any of the clubs here. It has nothing to necessarily do with that. It's the leagues that have been started. Like when you have people that say, hey, let's give Southern Maryland, we can give all these clubs in Southern Maryland, let them combine and make like they did with McLean when they made Virginia Union or whatever it may be.
Oh, yeah.
And that could easily have been done. They could have easily said, St. Mary's, FC Charles, Calvert, I want you guys all to come together, make a super team out of all your clubs. You guys can keep your club. Just the best 4 or 5 players from each one of your teams. We'll put them on this super team, and then you guys will have ECNL status or whatever it may be. Only problem with that is there's other clubs that get to vote on if they get in. But why would they want a Southern Maryland team to get in when all those Southern Maryland kids are funneling up there? Mm-hmm. So it's like you're cutting off your pipeline by adding them in. And that's where the big problem lies, is a lot of these clubs will never vote them in because they're going to get them anyways. Like, why do I need to allow Southern Maryland to get a chapter or whatever it may be when those kids, we want those kids. We want those good Southern Maryland kids down here. We want to get them from our town. We want to get them from that town. We want to get them from here and here. They're all going to end up funneling to us. So don't give them a pathway. Let them come to us. And that's a big problem because I know a lot of these leagues, like they vote on, like they let the clubs vote on. You know,
and the leagues you're talking about are what?
Huh? The leagues, yeah.
As far as like names, for education for the people,
like ECNL league,
and we're talking MLS
next,
okay, all right.
or whatever it may be, right? There's gotta be, like they'll talk to the other teams and be like, you know, what do you think about this club? What do you think about if we were to bring them in? They'll look at the competitiveness of the teams and everything like that, and it's like, it's so hard to get that established when nothing's set in stone. Like I know for a fact, if let's say MLS Next came to these clubs and they said, look, I'm going to give you 5 years. In 5 years, we're going to give you MLS Next status. All right. But everybody needs to work together and make this happen. You'd have a great team. You'd have a competitive MLS Next team. The problem is they're never going to do that. They're never going to come in and say that. They're going to want something that's already established. But it's never going to happen. You know what I mean? It's never really going to happen because let's say all these teams combine, but then MLS Next, they don't come knocking. ECNL doesn't come knocking. You know, it's all for nothing. So it's like they're in a bad spot, I'll say. It's a bad spot in a bad area. We don't have a super team. There are good teams. Let me tell you this now. In Southern Maryland, there's some teams that are great, really, really good. Only problem is, you know, FC Charles might have, you know, a good team. St. Mary's has a good team in these 2 age groups.
Had a pretty decent squad.
Yeah. Rush has it. Yeah, Rush had a great couple teams there, right? But they're all spread out between the clubs. It's not just, but that's not what those MLS Next and ECNL look for. They look for, can you field a competitive team in U10 to U18? But we don't have that. It's just, like I said, they're spread out, sporadic over here. That St. Mary's OA boys team, one of the best teams in the country. But it's just, that's the team. That's the St. Mary's team. That's great. It's not like that in every age group down there. And, you know, it would be great. I would love for it to happen because there's a lot of young and upcoming talent at some of these teams. Like I'll be completely honest with you. the 2016 girls age group, like that's my daughter's age group.
Mm-hmm.
Like that FC Charles 2016 girls team, phenomenal. Well, they compete with all the best top teams.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to them for sure. Right? The 2017 girls team, great players. All these up and coming players are great, right? And that's what ends up happening, right? Is they have these young age groups, they're doing great, and then what happens? One player will leave.
And then
Another player leaves.
Yeah, the thread keeps getting pulled.
But then we're never bringing in outside talent. And it's like
it's hard here.
It's
you
really
see,
hard.
You see 210 at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
bridges going on to the west side of the county to Virginia.
Yeah.
So it's just hard for that to happen too.
Yeah.
If the infrastructure was different, then maybe. But
Yeah. But like Caroline, one of Caroline's teammates is from Southern Maryland. She's never played one day in Southern Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Waldorf, never played one day in Southern Maryland, and it's just like that's the new trend, and it stinks, but it's understandable. Like you get it, and it's like I wish it wasn't like that. Like there's a beautiful park. I didn't even know you lived this close to Bentonville.
Oh yeah.
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 A beautiful park that's right there. And there's, I don't know how many of Caroline's teammates live the neighborhood right across the street from where we practice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, why can't we have that? You walk out the door and you're in one of the best soccer communities there is. And it's like, we're just so handcuffed down here and it stinks.
And you got that Northern Virginia hub that's
Yeah.
I mean, it's been doing this thing for years.
It's
so
crazy. It's crazy. They're just the
hard to
amount of
compete with.
soccer in that area
Yeah.
and the amount of good players out is insane. It's insane.
So we can talk about this all night. We probably circle back around too.
Oh yeah. It's
But I want to keep talking about your experiences over there. So shout out to One Time for Intensity. You've been actually talking a little about the club from the startup, your idea with it, and the whole. And let's talk about, we can move that to the futsal scene too.
yeah. So like I said, I've been
Obviously-
in the futsal scene my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
and even I was playing it when I was younger, and I loved it more than outdoor, and it was really my true passion. And so we got the big club down here that really started the futsal scene on the East Coast was Southern Maryland Futsal Club, and so yeah, we were playing there, we were kind of coaching there, and then one day me, Johnny Orlando,
Shout out to
Brandon
Johnny.
Katina,
Shout out to Brandon.
shout out to those guys. We were like, let's start something in our own hometown. And, we decided that was the day that kind of Intensity was born. I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago now. Hasn't been that long. It seems like forever ago, but probably about 5 years ago.
It was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pandemic is when it started.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just decided that, we were kind of working for somebody else. We're working for somebody else in like kind of Glendale area. And it was like, let's do something in our own hometown, but bring back Southern Maryland futsal, which, and that was our goal. And, it started 5 years ago. I think we started kind of just in Southern Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of got a sweetheart deal with the Charles County Fairgrounds where they let us, use their big barn area where all the cows are probably right now. Yeah,
That's right. The fair's coming up. Yeah, that's right.
we actually had a futsal court that somebody gave us, and we were like, one day, what if we could use it? And that's where we're just banking on one day. What if something crazy happens and we could use it? And that's exactly what happened. They were like, yeah, you could put your court in here, you could put some nets up, and y'all could have a little futsal facility in here. And that's how it got started.
That building's been a blessing.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many goals, and we were like, I just remember we weren't sure how big it was going to go because of COVID, and we set ourselves like some 10-year goals and where we want it to be in the future. And the craziness is like after year one, the court that we had was too small. We needed to buy a new court. And like I said, it was our 5-year goal to kind of upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And next year we're buying a 15,000 square foot futsal court that housed 2 fields and kind of doubled us in size like instantly. And so we went and got that, put it in the building instead of 1 court. Now we had 2 courts. Then we had like a full international size like men's court when we play long ways. But it was, yeah, we just kind of got super lucky. Like, the luckiest. Like, I wake up every day and, like, just, I still am in shock that that's where we're at. That's what we have. That's how we got it. And, it really has been a blessing. And we've been able to coach, I think we've grown in size each year. And, the first year, I think we had maybe 100 kids, and then it went to 150, then went 200. Then we had expansion in Columbia.
Yep.
And then we left Columbia, went to Northern Virginia. And then that's been insane over there. Like, the futsal is really blowing up big in Northern Virginia. And, and now we've hired more staff. Now we're back in Columbia this year. So now we have Maryland, we have Northern Virginia, and we have Columbia. 3 locations going. And, yeah, we're super excited trying to get everything rolling with the upcoming season, because it's right around the corner. And this is like the busiest part of our life. I know, Liz, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. Like, she knows once this part of the year gets started, it's really tough to get my focus away from futsal.
Dog, you're already working Radio Row right now.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, let's say me, brand new. I got when my kid's 6. I don't know much about futsal. Explain the game a little bit. How do what is good about it? What is a futsal season like? What's the length of it? Let's just kind of describe it from there. Someone just brand new, just first time.
Yeah, so this is great because I've been answering this question nonstop lately.
Come on now.
Yeah, so our futsal season we're really focused on the winter months, because that's when your athlete is kind of in their break period. A lot of clubs kind of stop during the winter and then they reconvene after. We're there to kind of keep that action going, so there's no off time for your athletes. So our futsal season, we'll have tryouts in October time, and then near the end of November we're kicking off, and then we don't stop until like kind of mid-February. So our club we're a tournament only team. Like, we're just going and doing maybe 5 to 7 tournaments during that 3 to 4 month time frame that we're doing futsal. We're trying to hit the biggest and best tournaments that are out there on the East Coast, and we're trying to be as competitive as possible. I really love the futsal side. I think it teaches it's decision making. You touch the ball more in futsal per half, about 20 times more in a half of futsal than you do in a whole outdoor game. So it's situational play, like taking people one-on-one. You're going to get more reps at that. You're going to get, in an outdoor game, you might have 2-3 chances to take somebody one-on-one. In a futsal game, you're going to get 15 to 20 chances. So you're going to get more comfortable on the ball. You're going to get better at decision-making. Court's smaller, field smaller. You're going to have to be able to create your own space. You're going to have to get used to moving without the ball. You're going to have to play offense. You're certainly going to have to play defense. That's like something we hit super hard. Yeah, Johnny learned the hard way on that one. But yeah, you can't just be an offensive player. It just doesn't exist in the game. It makes a well-rounded player. And certainly something that I kind of wanted to talk about today.
Come on now.
Is because I'm seeing it all over the place. I just saw a podcast talking about futsal compared to like indoor soccer. And they're talking about like indoor soccer with walls. And they're talking about the ball never goes out of bounds, so you get more the ball is constantly in play. There's more stuff. To me, that hinders a kid. If I make a bad pass in an indoor soccer game with walls, what's it going to do? It's going to go right past my player, bounce off the wall, go right back to him. You don't get punished for any of that. You need to get these kids having an understanding at an early age. Like, if I make a bad pass, it's a turnover. The other team gets the ball. They're attacking us now. Our offensive chance is over. Everything is held accountable. You don't want to get back on defense in a second. You have a bad touch, it's going out of bounds, other team's ball. Everything has to be precise. Everything has to be, you got to be locked in at all times, right? Where in indoor soccer, they got people, like my daughter did it last year. And it's like, sometimes you just look like these football players out there playing the game. It's like, they're just running into the walls, kicking it off the wall. Bam, kick there, kick there, kick. Ball's going every once in a while. It's not going out of bounds, mind you. But it's like, nobody's really getting those opportunities to do anything because the ball's just going all over the place. And it's like, That's why I love the game of futsal. It's like accountability, right? You, everything is punished. Every opportunity, everything is a chance, man. And like people don't like a good futsal team knows every kick in is ultimately a free shot, is a free chance at goal, is a free set piece that you guys could have been training and teaching your kids how to, learn, So it's super dangerous. You can't lose the ball because something bad could happen right away. And it's like, I don't think that accountability happens as much as indoor soccer. I do love indoor soccer. I think all kind of small-sided soccer plays a valuable role, but that's why I think futsal is the biggest one. And I think in the U.S., people get that confused. Like, it's just a thing because nobody plays indoor soccer but the United States. Like, that's a United States thing. Like, people in all other countries, Brazil, Spain, Argentina, Portugal, they ain't playing futsal. So it's like, seems to be working for them. Why does it need to be different for us? That's like an American thing, though. Like, well, let's do something. We know better, but we don't.
Yeah, how's that worked out internationally?
Yeah, it's working out great right now.
So what's the intensity session like? What can I expect? Let's say I got a kid that's 10, 11, been playing futsal for a couple years. I'm looking for something different. What can I expect from Coach Ryan, Coach Johnny, Coach Brandon?
Okay, so the name is certainly just like how we coach, right? It's going to be an intense session. We're going to come in. We're going to be loud. If you've been to intensity session, we got the music going.
Hey.
We're rocking. We're set up. We try to be as super organized as possible. We always come into the session with a plan. So we're going to be rolling and going. Like, we usually start out, we try to get them pumped up with like speed and agility. We kind of get them going, like some footwork, some futsal specific footwork, like just working on the rolls with the feet, kind of getting used to like controlling the ball with sole of your foot and stuff like that. We try to hit that home as hard as we can, right? So like I said, we're giving you information, we're feeding your kid information, and they got to be locked, loaded, ready to go. The messing around, playing around, talking while the coach, that don't fly there. And it's going to be, you're going to notice right off the bat that it's a different environment than maybe your outdoor session. You get more time there. We're on a limited basis. So, futsal's a little different. We got to pay for the space. It's indoors expensive. So we may, only have 1 to 2 practices a week. We got to give you as much information as possible because a lot of time, the turnaround time on futsal is like, we may have 2-3 practices before our first tournament. And it's like, you need to understand how to play the game right away. So we're coming in, we're going to teach you how to, basic rotation, how to play defense, Big emphasis of us. How to defend the game. Set pieces, how to get free shots on any kick in, stuff like that. That's where we're going to pump, we're going to give you that information right off the bat. And it's like, we're going to flood them with knowledge. And a lot of times it can be a lot for some kids, but I think it helps us a lot. We've had a lot of success where we're at. I think I know that nobody in the DMV knows the game of futsal like our staff. We've been around it.
Talk yours.
Yeah, we've been around it longer than anybody. And, so I'll from a standpoint of us just talking, the question was, what's a 10-year-old going to do? What's it going to be like when they come in? It's going to be intense. It's going to be fast. You're going to learn from the best. And, we're going to be rocking. It's going to be a lot of talented kids there. We're months and months away from tryouts already. We have over 150 kids registered already. Like, there's going to be kids coming from all over just because nobody does futsal like us. We're going to have kids from all over the place converging to try and make these teams. And teams are, we're only going to take 10 kids per team in some of these, age groups. So it's like everybody's at a constant fight. And full disclosure is our training, we don't necessarily train teams. We have a training program. And so sometimes we're going to have 15, 20 kids at a practice. Not all those kids are getting rostered for a tournament. So it's a dogfight. you got to prove every session why you deserve to be on that roster, and that the other kid doesn't. And it's a competitive atmosphere, and I think it breeds development, because you can't mess around, you can't play around, you got to be on your 100% game every single time. And I love that part about futsal, man, and I love that part about our program, and and I think that's it's why we've been successful, and I think it's why we'll continue to be successful, because those practices are some of the most intense that you're going to get.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the best. That's one of the best parts, is that nothing is guaranteed. You have to fight, and that's just a life policy.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to compete, to be able to be in situations uncomfortable. I mean, you're not going to grow somewhere where the silk, the sheets of silk. Breakfast is always on the table. Everything's laid out for you, nice and comfortable. You have to be in these situations where it is pressure. It can be aggravating. It could be, I think I already said it, super uncomfortable. But you grow from that.
Yeah.
You said that as far as your experience makes you stand out with everyone, other clubs in the area. What's your relationship with like other futsal clubs? Is there scrimmages that we can expect, or how's the reaction been since you've been in the scene for the past 5 years, at least coaching?
Obviously we have to have relationships with a lot of these people in the game. We have. I have a lot of respect for a lot of people that are, in the game. They're doing it the right way, and there's been like a, some of us have been in the game the same amount of time. Like Alexandria has been doing futsal for a long time. A lot of respect for them. We play their tournament. They do our tournament. RVA futsal in Richmond. Like I said, we love those guys. They love us. We're always trying to set stuff up. We're always trying to do their tournament. They're always going to come and support each other in turn. And, I think that the big issue that's coming around now is futsal is becoming just like a buzzword. And, a lot of clubs are like, we got to do futsal. Let's do futsal. But they don't know why, or any reason why they're doing futsal, or the benefits of what they're doing, or anything. There's a lot of like outdoor clubs now that are like, oh, we have to do futsal because that Lionel Messi said he played futsal back in the day, or Ronaldo said he did so we must add it to our curriculum. And it's like, a lot of those teams have no idea what they're doing ultimately. There's a lot of teams, outdoor teams that we see. We're playing futsal. Goalie has the ball. He throws it to the other box. And they hopefully, like, there's a jumble mess and they kick the ball in the goal. And then, or they get a ball and a kick in. They're going to kick it right at the goalie. Hopefully the goalie hits it and it goes in the goal. And it's like, is that necessarily teaching your kid how to be a better soccer player? Is that helping them develop as a player? No, they're skipping steps. They're out there trying to win games, or they're trying to just fill their quota of saying they did futsal this winter, and then their player's not getting any better. All they're doing is they're just playing outdoor soccer on a futsal court, and that is a terrible. It's very frustrating to watch, especially some of these bigger clubs that I'm not saying nothing, but I'm not saying nothing. But
hey,
it's
the
like,
mic is yours.
I saw, I'm witnessing. I'll tell you a conversation we had with another coach this past, like, very recently.
Okay.
Their goalie would get the ball, he'd punt it. He'd get the ball, he'd punt it. Every single time their goalie got the ball, he'd punt it. And one of our coaches said, like, what is this? This is not the game. He said, well, they're not very good yet, so it's just better if they clear the ball out. It's like, how are you helping the kid how are you helping your pivot get better at getting out of trouble if you just punt the ball to the other side of the court? You're not why are you playing futsal? It doesn't mean anything. Like, they're just wasting their time on the court. You just wasted all the parents' money. the only player getting better is the goalie getting better at punts. And it's like, we'll put the ball down. We may lose the ball in the back and you may score. And then we'll go, okay, what did we learn there? Right? You got to release it earlier. Why'd you not check down line and check back and create some sort of space? That's why you got jammed up. They learn from that kind of situational play. They don't learn because you're kicking the ball on a kickoff trying to score. Or, like I said, you're getting a kick in and you're hopefully, I'll just flick it. The biggest thing I hate in futsal. Kid puts a ball down, they just flick it up in the air into a jumbled mess. And sometimes, and a lot of times you can score on that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's BS. It's like, you really want to win a game like that? You'll risk your kid's development of, let's play the ball back and recycle it, and let's see if we can get a rotation going. Let's see if we can work the ball out of the back. Can we have a set play where the kicker rolls the ball back? Somebody, we play it across court. They have a one-time shot. It's like, you're not thinking like that. You're just thinking, oh, just flick it up and hopefully pray for the best. And it's like, that's what's happening in the foot. I'm seeing more and more of that in the futsal world as these outdoor clubs come in, these parent coaches come in, these social media trainers, whatever they may be, and when they get into they get into the game, but they don't know why they're playing it, or they're looking for wins, they're looking for people praising their name, regardless of what it takes, and it's like, okay. And you know what usually happens to them? By the time that sometimes you can win off that at a young age, but once they get a little older,
Get exposed.
it's crazy. It's just so funny because it's like U10, probably like U10, U11, and that's out they can't do that no more. And then they're caught losing games. Their parents are wondering why, we used to beat this team. It's like, yeah, but they're getting better. You're not. You're stuck in the same spot. So,
You brought it up.
Frustrating.
Question: how do you balance development with winning when it comes to your parental base? What have you seen a lot from? Just out of curiosity, you as a coach, seen a lot from parents.
Yeah.
The development versus winning thing.
I mean,
especially in the younger ages.
The thing, everybody's going to tell you they care about development.
Yeah.
And, the smart parents, they do care about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you'll have your parents here that, they want to win the game. They want to do whatever. But if I'm being honest, the way we coach futsal, the way that we know futsal, we're going to be successful regardless. Most of the time, we're going to be successful. We're going to be in a good defensive shape. We're going to know how to expose teams that don't really train futsal. So we're going to find a lot of success, and we're going to have a chance in pretty much every tournament we're going to be in. We're going to have a chance to do something. And, so it happens. There are occasions where we may have some teams that they're just not there. And it's like, we're going to tell them, like, this is why we didn't do well. This is the, we have a new team that hasn't been together very long. They might not find success. And, we're going to tell you, we need to practice. We need to work on this. We need to get better. And I think the best thing for us is a lot of our teams have been in our program for a while. Mm-hmm. So it's like, look at the success of our older groups. Like our 2010 boys was kind of our start of everything. I'd like every single one of those kids played for DC United. Rodrigo's Inter Miami. Anthony's in Germany. We're talking about 10 kids have all played at the highest level they can play right now. Our 2011 boys, national champions. Every kid is either at DC United or playing top level somewhere. Mm-hmm. And they've all come through our system. Our 2012 boys we're beating New England Revolution. We just won probably the biggest futsal tournament on the East Coast this year when everybody was in season, which is Spooky Nook, the tournament there.
Great facility.
Yeah. A great facility, great tournament. Mm-hmm. Like the teams that have been with us for a long time, they have found a lot of success. So it's easier to tell these younger kids, be like, hey, look at these guys. Like, they've been with us 3-4 years. Look where they're at. And it makes it easier for parents to kind of understand and see, this is what they could be, and it even got to a point where we were finding so much success that DC United clubs out there reaching out to like, what are you guys doing? Like, how are you sending us this many kids? Every kid says they play with you. What's going? Is there anything we should be looking into here? And it's like, yeah, futsal. It's a freaking great development tool. And why are some of the best players at DC United Academy or or SYC or Alexandria? Why? Okay, they futsal players, man. They coming in and they get it, and they're constantly working all year round. So, we kind of like to show the younger parents, kind of, these older teams, kind of show them this is the pathway. This is kind of where we are. This is, you may not have success today, but you're going to have success tomorrow. And, the proof is in the numbers. So it's like, we got to keep doing what we're doing. It's been successful so long where, we don't want to change. We're gonna evolve with the times and come up with new ways to get better and keep being creative. But the system we have is definitely working.
Yeah, the proof's in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, my two boys, I can just speak from on
Yeah.
I see their game's grown so much since obviously they've been with the F since a young one, 6 years old. So, and the one thing I love with futsal is just the way it transitions to the outdoor. It's so beautiful, especially with a couple guys from my middle child's team that I know they've been with you, and I can see the transition from being with you to the outdoor game, how much it's grown. So, yeah, it's been a really good product.
Oh yeah.
And I'm looking forward to what takes place this season. Now, with that being said, you said Columbia, you said Southern Maryland, you said North Virginia. What tournaments are we looking at this year? What locations?
Good news. I got my phone right here. I got it up right here. So,
A little bit of Florida, some Texas action.
no, not necessarily all that. The good news about futsal is it, I would say it kind of originated on the East Coast.
Hey.
Like the big tournaments are all here, so we don't have to travel very far, to kind of, we don't have to go very far because everything is kind of right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the tournament schedule that we have, like kind of scheduled, I mean, this may change. We possibly will add some teams. May not all be the same for Columbia, Northern Virginia, and Maryland, but I'd like it to be. So the first one is going to be Capital Cup. We'll support Alexandria. So that's right here in Alexandria in like December. I think December 13th, yeah. And then, so the new one is Copa Talento. They're doing futsal this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they actually...
Yeah, we were just at that one. Yeah,
you know them. They've blown up.
Mm-hmm.
And, shout out to Jonah.
Hey, shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Jonah, another intensity coach. But he works heavily with Copa Talento. And, so they rented out, like, the Fredericksburg Convention Center. Got 12 futsal courts. And, it's supposed to be super popping this time. So it's something we actually usually have our tournament that same weekend.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, working together with that to make sure that, we're going to support that tournament this year. And we're going to push our tournament a little bit farther back. So that's two. Obviously, going to Mannheim Regionals, I think, in my opinion, that's kind of when everybody's still in futsal mode. I think at the end of February, beginning of February is when like MLS Next and stuff start restarting. Mm-hmm. So they don't let their kids really do anything, which stinks because U.S. Futsal Regionals is incredible. But yeah, so January 9th, I think it is, Mannheim Regionals. So we'll be in Spooky Nook, one of the hardest tournaments to get into, So, yeah, Richmond Regionals, we've been super successful there the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. Really like the Henrico Sports Center, ran by RVA. Nothing but good things to say about those guys. And then, then we'll have our tournament February 8th, Futsal Super Cup. Trying to go crazy this year. We're going to use it as like a last stop before U.S. Futsal Regionals in Atlantic City. But yeah, we're really trying to push hard on the Futsal Super Cup. We have some really cool teams coming in this year.
Okay.
We're trying to keep it, we're going to make some big announcements. Like, just be ready for that. We got teams from all over contacting us already about trying to come out and be a part of it. So, yeah, really looking forward to that. We had it last year. I think we had maybe like 65 teams in it. And, yeah, it was really fun, a lot of fun. And really nice to have something like that in Southern Maryland. So, yeah, we're going to do it again.
Yeah, and been there with all these tournaments in the past with y'all. It's been it's so much good ball out there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And just players coming from all over, and just the environment itself. Like, one thing I love doing while I'm there is that outside of just being there, just watching other teams play, and just and then you see people you haven't seen in like a year. Last year you saw them there, you get a little network relationship with them. So, no, it's been dope, man. I can't wait. I highly recommend that, especially if someone has the opportunity to, especially Atlantic City.
Yeah, I think so. That Atlantic City tournament, like, if you don't have a futsal, like if you're not sure on futsal, you need to go there.
Oh yeah.
You just need to be in the building and kind of you can't go anywhere without seeing some of the craziest ballers you've ever seen in your life. And like I said, it's an Atlantic City. It's a Atlantic City regionals, but you got best teams from Cali, best teams from Texas, Ohio. The teams from all. It's like a national tournament, but it's called East Coast. It's called Atlantic City Regionals, but it's teams from all over the place, and it's crazy because I remember a couple years ago they released like a national team for 2010 boys. And I'm like, I knew probably 75% of the list. I don't know nothing about outdoor. I don't go to no outdoor games. I don't do any outdoor stuff. I just do futsal. 75%. I knew 75% of the kids because I played against them in futsal. And it's like, it's tomorrow's professionals are there. Like it's insane. And yeah, I've seen a lot. I've met a lot of a lot of amazing ballers that are doing big things or just getting their, they're getting their MLS debuts or they're getting national team call-ups. Seen them all on the futsal court.
Hey, breeds talent, breeds champions, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One time for futsal season, one time for 10-city too. I gotta ask you. I want to talk more about Prodigy Performance. Yeah, talking about this is your venture right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how did how we get this started? And you can pass me one more. I'm a little bit low over here.
Okay. Oh, no worries.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. You just roll it or toss it.
Oh man,
That works too. Keep it off camera. I ain't trying to promote anybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think I got where's that opener at? I think it's over there by you. Yeah, right there on the floor.
There you go, sir. Coming to you.
Appreciate it. I caught it, by the way.
Oh yeah. All right, let me get this set up. Okay, yeah, Prodigy Performance.
Prodigy Performance,
So, like
baby.
I said, I was working for Charles County Parks and Rec. I was a facility coordinator there.
Before we start on that, Erica had a question. Shout out to questions too. Questions, comments, anything we'll read. Are you hoping to bring a women's team this year?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We've actually been reached out from a couple of the old players that want to bring the women's team back. Definitely I would say there's a very good chance of that. Men's team, probably not. But women's team, yeah, I think very strong chance of that. Love to have Carly back out there.
One time for
when
Carly.
she's ready.
Nice shout out to her.
Shout out to Carly, one of the best Southern Maryland ballers out there. But yeah, I think we're going to be kind of announcing some things here coming up soon, and maybe that'll be one of the things that we talk about.
Hey, look, you got any announcements, man? You can bring it on through here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you got announcements tonight? We could do it live. We here.
Yeah, for sure. Give him a shot.
Give him a shot. Mason was so more. He's such a. Hey.
He's such a politician. Yeah.
Hey, that's
Sorry,
what. Hey, John, that's what you here for. Everybody got to play that role, right?
Yeah, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah. Representing well.
That's why we needed Johnny here. But yeah, Prodigy Performance. Like I said, I was working for Parks and Rec, and I would just remember like sitting in on these meetings and stuff. We're in meetings all the time, and
Hey,
and we're talk. You know, I just remember one time that we were there and like we were talking. We were on like there was an event we hosted. It was called like a snowball battle, and I just remember being like, is this really what I'm here? Like, is this what I was supposed to be doing?
okay.
Am I supposed to be here talking about this? Like, we're hosting princess parties and winter balls and
She gotta get some princess party,
yeah.
man.
And then this was what we're this was part. It was part of my job, and I'm just like, I need to be doing something soccer related. And I was kind of doing personal training on the side, and
You were doing training through Parks and Rec.
yeah.
I remember bringing Rick and Jen up there, and they were really young, like 4 and 5 years old.
There's a lot of kids that a lot of kids that came through.
Yeah, Port Tobacco.
Port Tobacco and the Parks and Rec thing. And it's funny because I wasn't hired there to do anything soccer related. I was just supposed to be managing facilities. And then when COVID hit, I kind of was like, let me do like some soccer videos since kids can't do anything. And then it kind of was like, next thing you know, I'm running like soccer camp, and then COVID's over. I'm still doing some soccer stuff over there. And it was great. And I was like, man, I love this. But it was like, okay, back to your facility because you need to run snowball battle. Or, we're having Superman Day. And I'm just like, I need to get back to this. Like, this is what I'm here for. And so it was just one day, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. And I had just acquired that turf. We had just bought some turf. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then I, decided that day I'll start Prodigy Performance. And we put the turf into the poultry building at the fairgrounds and turned it into a little turf building. And business has been great. I've been working with, all the local teams. Shout out to FC Charles, Rush, St. Mary's, Calvert. I've kind of formed relationships with all these people and a lot of these coaches. And I think it's been super positive, man, and it's been great, and I'm ready to. I've been completely sold out for 2 years now, like where I don't have, a lot of people, hey, where can I get in? Where can I get? I can't. I don't have any space, and that's something that I'm kind of looking into now is getting another building and kind of expanding because. I love this training aspect and I can't do it forever. So I'm going to need to start kind of bringing in some new coaches, kind of showing them how I train the kids, how we operate and kind of getting them up to speed and getting out there because that's like one of the hardest things is like trying to tell somebody, hey, I'm so sorry. I can't train your kid. I don't have space right now. And it's like, I do a lot of group sessions. I do a lot of stuff trying to get as many kids in as possible. But it's like, I want to, if I can find another avenue to, get another building and hire a new coach, I would love to kind of do that because, Prodigy is going great right now. And, yeah, love to expand.
You've been doing a really good job over there. Just to watch you from inception. Then obviously I'll be at practice. I see you at, you kind of tagging along Westlake or you'll be at White Plains doing your thing out there. Obviously the fairgrounds where most of you have been doing your work at. What age groups do you start at? What's the youngest you will go?
So the youngest I have is I have a 2018 FC Charles girls group that I train, and it's like.
Bring the mic just a little bit closer for you.
Huh?
Bring the mic just a little bit closer. Yeah.
So yeah. The youngest age group I have right now is like a 2018 girls group.
Okay.
I think that is like U7.
What year? 2025? Yeah, U7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're tiny.
U8.
And it's like, yeah. So that's the youngest I do, and then I go all the way up to like when the college kids are back. A couple of college kids, a couple of pro players come through. So I'm training all different, all different players. But it's like it's crazy because these young girls, it's like it's so easy to teach them at such a young age, and I could say any move, okay, we're gonna do let's do scissor, touch, L, roll, V, roll, scissor, pull back. And they'll be like, okay, coach, bam, at 20, at as a 2018. And it's like, you know, I've been training them for about a year now. And it's like, you know, it's just, they catch on so fast at a younger age group. So it's like, I'm really trying to keep 2018, like keep them going at that young age. Because it's like, you get them when they're that young, oh man, you know, they're rolling.
Mm-hmm. So, academy?
No, absolutely not. I have no interest in coaching. And I like coaching futsal because I love the game. You know, I don't necessarily enjoy everything that comes with it, coaching. But as far as outdoor, absolutely not. I have no interest in doing any of that. I want to try to support the local teams as much as I can. But yeah, I don't really have any interest of game day coaching. It's not a thing of mine. I just like personal technical development, just trying to get them better on the technical side, because that's kind of really what Prodigy Performance is. It's, you know, it's technical ability and speed of play, and like that's the two biggest things that we hit on, and you know, so that's where I leave it at. That's what I like. I enjoy doing. You know, and I'm checking in on my players, you know, seeing how they did in their games and try to get out to as many games as I can.
We're seeing you out there on those fields.
Oh, yeah. I love that part of it. And I love coaching is too stressful, man. I don't know how you do it. It's just like.
You see how I'm at right now.
Yeah. Well, exactly. It's super stressful. You know, you're dealing with the parents, you're dealing with playtime, and people don't understand, man. Like, a lot of people don't get into like they think you're mistreating my kid. Like, no, it has nothing to do with that. The last thing a coach wants to do is make a kid feel bad. Mm-hmm. They're there taking their time out of their day to try to help these kids out, make them into better soccer players. And people always think there's this personal vendetta that doesn't really exist. It's like, you know, a lot of times you just dealt with somebody has to get subbed out. Somebody is not going to be a starter. Somebody's going to have to do this. Somebody's not showing up to practice, so I got to sit him out. Somebody isn't working hard, you know, and it's like, got to have a standard. And then, you know, somebody is going to feel left out or hurt or whatever it may be. And it's like, it's part of the game, which a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah. And that's one thing I always looked at too. Like, also practice things you're seeing, you know, kids further developed than others physically on ball skills. Like, you got to be very careful with a lot of that. You can't just throw a kid out there. And the biggest thing for me is always like, I don't want to break someone's confidence. Yeah. You know, then that's that. You know, that's probably the one thing I've always tried to focus on. Just put them in a spot that they just would love the game, especially for the age I was coaching. Like, I didn't want to kill your love for the game, you know, this early. Then you can't become something. I got a couple comments here. I want to get right back to saying. I got some more Prodigy for you. John and Joe said, "What about SYC, Ryan? As far as what?
What are we talking about, Dawn?
I don't know. Dawn, what's going on with you?" Colin says, "What's up to both of us? You watched the whole time. That's my guy right there."
Oh yeah.
That's one.
Once again, man.
Hey,
a 2018 player. That. I mean, he's a phenomenal player.
Dog,
but
man.
Once again, a 7-8-year-old that is playing at SYC, playing in Springfield, leaving Southern Maryland to go up that way. Just, I think it was based solely off of just lack of options, I think. But yeah, and then he's thriving up there.
It's a good environment for him.
Yeah, it's a great, especially for those younger age groups.
Yeah, the homie was killing it over here.
Oh yeah,
It was to a point where it was just uncompetitive.
No, he was, He was like playing 2015 as a 2018. It's like, okay, he can play. The kid can play for sure.
Yeah, let him go out there and test himself. He's doing just fine.
He's got a great trainer too.
Shout out to him. Hey, Taylor, excited for futsal season. Come on now.
Oh yeah, excited. Bringing Aiden back out there, and you know, we're looking forward to getting started. That's for sure.
Yo, shout out to Aiden too. Taylor. Every post I see from Taylor is something Aiden soccer related. So I'm like, I love it. I love parents involved like that. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, so Prodigy Performance, you do obviously talk about small kids. You also do college prep.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
So yeah, college prep is we're just trying to get a lot of kids ready for the next level, and everybody says they want to do it, but I'll tell you what, that's probably the college prep is the session with the most turnover on kids. There's a lot of kids that, hey, yeah, my kid is looking to play in college. They want to, well, I'm like, all right, come on out. And then they walk out of there, maybe never to play again. but it's it's a if your goal is to play college, I'm gonna train you like a college coach would train you. We're gonna do drills. We're gonna do fitness. We're gonna do everything that you would need for the next level. And we've had, I'd say, probably a group of like 8 to 10 players that have been consistently from freshman year of high school to now they're in college. Like I said, we have a couple pro players that come in and they train when they're back in town, whenever they're here. And it's like the level there is crazy. And it's super competitive. And, it's the best players in Southern Maryland for sure. And, I look forward to it. And the best time is like over the summer because everybody's back. Overseas players are back, college players are back, high school players, they're not really doing anything. So it's like all summer this summer, we had, about just 10 players showing up 3 times a week, and we're just going after it. And like I said, people would come in there, had to walk outside, throw up, whatever it may be. And it's like, oh yeah, it's got it has a little reputation. But if you can get through it and you start to understand the development, it's crazy. I've seen players show up there okay and leave scholarships. Getting, on to that next level, getting, college scholarship, being able to do, go wherever they need to go, getting, accepted into a school that they didn't think they'd get into. It's as easy as that. But it's not as easy as that. It's a lot of work, and it's 3 times out of the week that you're busting your butt, and you're, like I said, you're playing against the best in Southern Maryland. So yeah, I love it. I mean, I love those sessions. I always look forward to them. They're always 8 to 9. We usually go to 8 to 9:30. And my wife's always calling me, "Are you done yet? We're gonna play. We're gonna play a little bit longer." And so I know she hates it when it happens, but it's like. It's just so fun to be involved with something like that. Being around players who care, people working their butt off. It's like you don't, as a coach, sometimes you don't always get that. So when you're around it, it's like you don't want it to end. So it's like, I love those sessions. And I'll be honest, now there's a couple other sessions I have that are kind of just like that with the younger age groups. And it's like, dude, I always look forward to them. And it's like, I'll give you, so I have this like 2014, 2016 Friday group that I do.
I'm familiar. Yep.
Oh man,
I had a couple of my guys over there. Yeah.
Carter, Jackson, they're in it, and it's like, I think last week we had 20 kids, man, and it was
fantastic.
20 of the best players in Southern Maryland, and it's like I'll tell them anything, and my motto at Prodigy is like, when you walk in the door. When you leave, you walk out saying you were the best player in the room. And if you got 20 kids that are all have that same mindset that I need to be better than every other one of these players, oh man, it just is. We're doing warm ups. These dudes are competing. Well, give me a lap around the field, and there's 10 kids sprinting to try and get back first because they want to. Like I said, they got that mindset now that they want to be the best, and it's like every drill they do. There is no, I'll get 50% this time. No, it's rocking and roll every time. 100%, 100%, 100%. And it's like having those sessions, oh man, you just know you don't want it to end. And it's like, I love, getting groups like that. It's just, yeah, it means a lot as a trainer because that's ultimately what you're going to do. It's the most beneficial for them, it's just a kid can walk into a session and they look around and they're like, oh, these kids came to play. I really got to bring my A game. And it's like, You don't want some kid just giving half effort and be like, oh, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't like that at all. So, yeah,
Yo, we know.
sick. It's
We
sick.
know.
Oh, it's sick. Yeah.
Yeah. You had some this past summer. Top 12.
Yes.
What's going on with that?
So, if I'm being completely honest,
I hope so.
I was super selfish with the top 12 this year, because
What you do?
I only did 2016 girls, and I had advertised it as I was going to do all the age groups, but summer was so busy, man, and I was doing this, and this. I didn't give it as much time as I should have, because I didn't even know what I had there. Like, I was like, it's a camp, it's whatever. So I was like, I'll do it with the 2016 girls because I know I can get enough of them. Because, like I said, I trained that incredible 2016 FC Charles team.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's at SYC. I know that those SYC kids would come down here and be a part of, that training session. Wouldn't it be hard to get 12 kids? But, so that's what top 12 was. It was 12 of the best 2016 girls in the DMV. So, and it was like, I didn't take just anybody. You had to be like kind of recommended or be one of the best of the best. So it was 100% 12 of the best 2016 girls. I did invite a couple 2015 girls that were at a good level as well, that were here locally.
Mm-hmm.
And it was insane. It was just like I was talking about that college prep. Every day they were competing. And that was my whole goal. I kept points. It's like a point system they'd earn through each drill throughout the whole thing. And at the very end, the top 3 players would get like a special shirt. And if they ever came to training, when I make the kids do sprints or whatever, they wouldn't have to do it if they were wearing the shirt. So very coveted. If you know my training session, that's a very coveted thing to have, because I'm trying to make them sprint a lot. Get those things in. So, yeah, that's what top 12 was. It was 12 of the best girls, and they were just competing from 9 8. It was a 3-hour camp. They would compete from 9 to 12. And they'd be walking out of there drenched in sweat. I'd always have some crazy thing for them to do, like, all right, if you beat this team in this one, you pick whatever. They'd be like, all right, let's pie them in the face. They'd pie each other. They were like, it was crazy, because like they're competing there, then they're competing to they'd pie them. They'd do their hair crazy. They had silly string one day, bucket ice, pouring water on. It was like a lot of fun, but a lot of learning, a lot of development, all at the same time. And it was like I did it one time, and then I was like, hey, I'm gonna do another top 12 camp for 2016 girls. There was probably 50 to 60 girls that asked to be in it the second time, from all over the place. They either heard about it, they saw like some of the videos that we were doing, and like, yeah, it was crazy. And I just, there were a couple parents that just said, hey, is there any way I could come and just, watch? Like, I want to see if this maybe something for my daughter in the future, or my son in the future. And they were just like, how do these kids do this? It's just like, man, they're on a different level. Like, and they would be doing continuous drills of like dribbling, like 40 moves at a time. They had to remember, and they would just bam, 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 bam. And it was just it's that competitiveness, because they trying to win. They're trying to beat that person next to them. They want to win the shirt at the end. And I think, there's some things I'd probably tweak with it, which I'm going to do next year.
So it is coming back next year.
Oh,
I'm
hitting it every age group next year.
Okay.
Because like I said, I don't know, I don't necessarily know what I have sometimes, what I'm going to get. Like, I've done camps before, and I'm just like, these kids are just kind of, it's been glorified babysitting, where it's like, oh, it's summertime, they want to run, they want to play. I'm like, let's do technical. No, I want to play doctor. I want to play, they want to do stuff like that. So you want to listen to the kids, and you want to, you want to play World Cup? Let's do World Cup. These girls didn't want to do any of that. They said, line me up next to this girl. I'll beat her right now. And I'm like, this is incredible.
Come on now.
Yeah. And it's like, okay. Yeah, that's exact. But that's like, we did, like I said, we did some fun games. We did a lot of exciting stuff, but is a lot of just incredible content. I was super, super excited about it, and super excited to do it next year. And I know like they've already been hitting me up like just, hey, make sure I got a spot. When you do it, tell me the weeks. We're gonna take off. And I'm like, all right. So yeah, looking forward to doing it again for sure.
Okay. Yeah, man. I saw it last year. I was like, man, that looks interesting. But I didn't. It's interesting because you said you just did it for the 16 girls. I was like, I don't think I heard anything about the 14s, but I didn't. We were out of town, so I didn't get.
Liz gonna kill me for this. Liz gonna kill me for this.
Uh-oh.
So she helps me with the flyer design. And she was even telling me like, hey, you should do these other age groups. And I was like half asleep. I was like laying in bed as she's telling me. She's like, do you want to do 2015, 2014, 2013? I'm like, whatever. Yeah, just add it to the flyer. So that happened. And I was like, am I really going to go and hunt these kids down and invite everyone?
Nah. They would have showed through.
I dropped the ball bad on that.
Nah, because I thought, I was like, yeah, I'd do it. But we were already out of town. So I was like, I didn't remember hearing anything about it one way or another, but you got there's plenty that
I could I could get it for sure.
Yeah.
Like 2015 boys, 2016 boys. I train so many of them right now. I could easily.
Like, especially the age group too.
Yeah, I could easily get it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So next year I'm gonna hit it hard because I didn't find out till it was too late that this was gonna be a huge success.
Hey, trial run.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sounded like it went well.
But that's what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a trial run. And it went great. Super excited.
Yeah, shout out to Liz too.
Oh yeah,
we made plenty of shirts for us back in the day.
Let me look right into to the camera here. Liz is the secret to all the success. She does anything you can think of behind the scenes for Intensity, Prodigy, you name it. She's killing it, right? And she's making shirts for everybody. Like I said, she's making those flyers. She's an incredible designer. So, and then, she's always coming up with great ideas as well. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, shout out to Liz.
Yeah. So, also shout out to Liz. We're about an hour in.
I'm out. 2016 is ready to do it again.
16's 8. Come on now. Oh, Jenna. Hey, what's up, Jenna? How you doing?
Jen is ready. Addie was there. Like I said, Addie. Well, another player from that FC Charles team that's just incredible team.
Hey, you did a 3v3 tournament this past summer though.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh yeah, did 3v3. So we did the Claggett Cup, and then we did like the RVA tournament. Mm-hmm. I kind of got roped into doing that. But we did it under Prodigy because it was all Prodigy kids.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Something that super passionate about that. I love the small-sided game. 3v3. This was kind of my first year really doing it, but it was like it brings so much to the table. There's so like it's just like you versus somebody else pretty much, and it's like you beat that player. You got a chance to score. So it's like a lot of accountability in that game, offensively and defensively. And, it was great. It was a lot of fun to, watch the girls play. I think they won the Claggett Cup. Unfortunately, it got rained out at the end, but we had the most points out of all the teams in our division. So we ended up winning the tournament. And I think we got second place in the RVA one. Then we played up in the 2015 age group. But it was like, yeah, I'm like, super into it.
I was out there. Yeah.
Maybe.
It's some good ball. It's some good ball out there, man.
Love to have a little bit more 3v3 around this area. I'll tell you what.
Hey, come on now. We can talk. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. So we're about an hour in. Once again, shout out to Liz. We're gonna get out of here shortly.
Okay.
But before we do, comments, questions. Ryan, if you got anything on your mind that you wanna, first of all, don't let it be 3 years again before you pop on here.
Oh yeah.
Bring Johnny back with you next time too.
Oh yeah, gotta bring my boy back. I do want to bring something up though.
Talk about it.
Is something that I've been working on. Super like my last couple weeks have just been nothing but this is Potomac Futsal League.
That's
so
right.
This will be the third year of the Potomac Futsal League. And we kind of have a big announcement that, we're kind of breaking into. We've only done recreation in the past. Mm-hmm. I think last year we did 2015 we did a 2015 travel age group. Just some teams reached out, and I was like, we can accommodate you. That's fine. But yeah, this will be the first year that we actually have a full competitive travel league as well, based with the rec league. Absolutely, do not want to give up the rec league. It has been amazing. I'll tell you what. Watching some of these kids come through, play futsal, and move up to travel soccer, and see how they're doing. It's been great. So we're kind of expanding the recreation side as well as adding in the travel side as well. So we're going to offer, I think it's 2017 through 2012, boys and girls. And then we'll have the high school rec side, which is kind of like JV. And then we'll have the high school elite, which is like your varsity soccer players as well. So we're going to have a full slate of options for all the people interested in futsal this year. Like I said, this is the third year. I'm the PFL commissioner, run the league, kind of do everything myself as far as organizing it, getting it started, talking with the teams. It is kind of it's ran by Intensity ultimately. We're in the Intensity Futsal Center, but we're branching out to a couple new locations this year, so it's cool to kind of add them into the mix as well.
You gonna mention it here?
Oh yeah. So the goal right now, Grace Brethren is locked in. We're gonna be at.
Oh really?
Yeah, so we're gonna add Grace Brethren as one of our locations, and then working kind of with La Plata High School right now to add that as well. Really like to keep it in the local area so people aren't traveling all over the place. But we have that we have the auxiliary court at that we used for the tournament. So instead of 2 fields at the fairgrounds, we'll move to 3 fields.
You're talking that back building.
That back building,
yeah.
So the little ones will be. It's not as full size as the other courts, but it's still big enough. It's a basketball sized court for futsal. So that'll be for the younger ones. But yeah. So we'll actually have 5 courts in total, which will be great because I think the league has been going great. It's been running very smoothly. Every team that was in it the first year came back the second plus some. Like we almost doubled in size after the second year, and it's like we're ready for year 3, and it's like and now's the time to, we think now's the time to jump into the travel side. No, it's going to come with some new things. We're probably going to learn a lot after year 3, but that's what we're doing at the league is we're growing and we're learning and we're making adjustments because we want it to be. We want it to be big. Back when I was growing up, we had the Southern Maryland Futsal League here, and it was crazy. And we were playing at the clubhouse, we were playing at CSM, and it was big, and everybody got to play futsal, and I want to bring that back. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing at the PFL. Super excited about that.
Yeah, you sound like you're the man. You're the man for the job. You've a lot of roots, obviously, a lot of roots in the community in this area, and then you're also giving back to the community, so.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to it, for sure.
Yeah, man. Let's see. We got anything else here? Nope. I don't see anything there. Got 21. Everybody, replay it back. Share with your people. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
As far as intensity goes, anything in the summertime?
So
2026. I know 2024. You, Johnny, AJ had that camp over at White Plains Regional Park. Is there anything we can expect for this summer upcoming?
So we're still working on iron out the details. This year we did do summer futsal. So we plan on offering that again. That was a great success. Trying to really move into the year-round futsal. But yeah, I'm 100% down to have that camp. You need to talk to AJ. My man's super busy at the Golden.
Hey,
I'm gonna edit. I'm definitely gonna clip this so I can send it to him.
Yeah.
And that's what the people wanted. We wanted to do it again this year, but he's, as somebody that runs their own facility, I understand how busy it can be, how much work goes into it. So to kind of dip out of your own state, go to a different state, and kind of do exactly what you're already doing there is difficult. So, so I get it, but we were talking about doing it this year. I think we ran out of time, but. Yeah, I mean, I would love to. There's a ton of different things we can do, and a ton of 3v3 summer league is something that could be on the horizon for the summer. I'll tell you that.
Talk my language, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Gotta get you back on here.
Okay.
Next time with Johnny.
Okay. Yeah, bring him out.
Yeah,
Bring him out.
Johnny in the comment section talking all this nonsense. Yeah, and Johnny, you can bring the Casamigos too.
Oh yeah.
So
oh,
yeah, we make it happen next time. Nah, I appreciate you, appreciate your time.
Thank you for letting me come, man. It was fun.
No, I've been asking for 3 years.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And you giving me hell over the past
Oh,
amount
yeah,
of time
oh, yeah,
about
oh,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Nah, I can't. No complaints anymore. I made it out. So I really thank you for letting me come out, man. It was fun, man. Just like talking to my boys. You made it so easy.
Hey, of course, and
Oh,
not
yeah.
to mention, it was you that hit me up and said,
I'm ready.
"Yeah." I was like, "All right,
Yeah.
hey."
So maybe
3
it
years
was
for
my
him.
fault. Maybe it was my fault.
It took 5 days after you sent me that message. I was like, I don't think it was in Colorado. I was like, hell yeah, I do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we make it happen. Anybody? How do I? Oh, this is what I want to ask too. I'm glad I waited. How can people reach out to you directly for Prodigy, for Intensity? How do I get kids to register? How does that process work?
Yeah. So you can reach out to me, cell phone. 301-266-6168. Intensity is intensityfutsal@gmail.com. IN number 10 SITY futsal @gmail.com. Prodigy Performance is Prodigy Performance ST for soccer training @gmail.com. And then last one is if you're interested in the Potomac Futsal League, it's Potomac Futsal League @gmail.com. You can reach me there. I can kind of attach everything to.
We throw it in the comment section.
Yeah, I can
make
throw
it
it in the comment
easy.
section
Yeah.
if anybody wants to go back through. I do want to shout out my boy Hendrick. Right, we were talking earlier about making connections in futsal. He runs Find Your Finesse in Baltimore.
Okay.
So he has his own futsal club over there. So shout out to my boy.
Shout out to him.
Went to Frostburg too. So yeah.
Hey, the friends, all in the family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Lauren.
Gotta represent, man.
Yeah. So we'll futsal season. We'll go from there. Training.
Oh yeah.
What's your training hours too?
For
Prodigy.
For Prodigy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm training. There is no necessary hours.
So 1 a.m.
So
5 a.m.
Yeah, there's no necessarily hours. It's
Just hit you up anytime.
it's you can hit me up whenever. I don't have a day. This is my full-time job. So there's kids that I train at 8 a.m. There's homeschool kids that we make it part of their homeschool curriculum that I'm training them at, 2 or 3 or 12, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So I'm working with everybody. But, majority of the hours are 4 to 9. That's what most of the group sessions are. But like I said, I can do any time. You just have to reach out and we can do it. And it's like, there's been such a huge uptick in like homeschool kids now. It's like, I probably trained 25 homeschool kids. And it's like,
it's only growing too.
It's only getting bigger, and we're even thinking about doing it with my daughter. It's like, so if you got a homeschool kid, or you looking for them to be active or something like that, and they play soccer, let me know. We could work something out because my hours are everything.
Okay. All right. We'll drop all the information in this comment section, and Ryan, I can't thank you enough for your time, man.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He done great work with my kids. Hopefully, Gigi.
Bring
Gigi
and
you soon.
Mia. Gigi and Mia. Let me the
Gigi and Mimi. We'll make it happen soon.
Yeah. Oh my God. I ain't gonna listen to nothing.
Oh my God. Yeah. Casey homeschool crew. All right, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all soon.
Oh yeah. See you guys.